Hello guys, welcome to RC Techno Trends. Today we are going to learn a concept on IO streams. Okay, welcome to today's topic. Okay, so yesterday we have seen how to read the file using the read method of the file input stream and file output stream. Okay, so we are going to look at how to write today. So for that purpose we are going to use a method called write method, which is going to take a byte value in to be written into the file we have mentioned with the help of a file output stream. Okay, so which is going to throws an IO exception, and this method is going to write the byte specified by the byte val parameter into the file we have mentioned with the help of a file stream. Okay, although the byte val is declared as an integer, the only lower order 8 bits are written to the file at a particular time. Okay, so if it is going to, if we have taken this as integer, but we are writing the integer in the form of bytes, which is going to first lower order will be written into the file, and next the second 8 bits will be written, and so on. It is going to write into the file. If an error occurs during writing, so it is going to throws an IO exception. The IO exception is the input output exception whenever an error, a runtime error occurred while performing with the stream, the IO exception will be thrown. Okay, so the here we have an example which is going to have a file writing demo in which we are going to check how the write method will be worked in our program. Okay, let us check it out, the program here. Okay, I'm opening the program, right? So here I have taken the file output stream and I have created an object for each, which is going to include a string value called testout.txt, and in which I'm going to write a string welcome to Warangal. But as I have already told you that our write method is going to accept only byte values. What it is going to accept? Only byte values. But here I'm writing a string. Okay, so how it is going to happen? Okay, how we are going to write the text into the string into the we are trying to write a string into the file using a method called write, which is going to take only bytes. Right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to convert this string to bytes first with the help of get bytes method. Okay, so this get byte method is going to convert the string into bytes, and that bytes are going to be stored as an array value. Look here, bytes B array. So this B array is going to write into the file with the help of the object file output stream. And whenever it has completed writing into the file, okay, then we are going to close the file output stream, and we are going to print one method for one message for us to check know that it has been successfully written. Okay, let me go for first of all testout.txt. So it has some welcome to Warangal message. Okay, I have deleted it and I have closed this one. Okay, now when I'm going to open the testout.txt, there is no string, there is no data in my testout.txt. This testout.txt is a file which I am forwarding as a parameter, as a file to my file output stream. Now we are going to look at the program execution. So cd write and cd 01 0 to 20. Okay, Java C file writing demo.java. Right, there is no error at all. Okay, because I have written already, right, Java file writing demo, right. So it has mentioned, it has given success. Look here. So now I'm going to check out whether the testout.txt file has my string in it. Okay, let us. Now it has welcome to Warangal. Look here, right? When I want to write something like this, stay home, stay safe. Right, okay. So stay safe, stay home, stay safe, I have written. Now, right, file writing demo, now success, and now my program is going to contain welcome to Warangal. My file is going to contain welcome to Warangal, stay home, stay safe, because there are 15 new places which are no movement, which I have been declared as no movement. Okay, right. So this is about the file writing using file output stream class. Okay, so if I wanted to write a string directly, is this possible? Is this possible? Let us check out the package of the file output stream. Let us check whether there is a method called write something onto the screen directly. Okay, right, let it out. Okay, so here the file output stream has constructor 1, second constructor, third constructor, fourth constructor, and a fifth constructor. That means it has 5 constructors. The first constructor is java.lang.string, which is going to take a string parameter as the string value as the parameter as we have taken here. The string value we have taken here is the name of the file, not the file class. Okay. The second one is string value. Along with the string value, I have taken a boolean. There is one more parameter called boolean parameter, which is going to make our output stream to be appendable. If I'm going to mention true after the string file name, okay, so it is going to make our file as the appendable. That means it is going to add at the end. Okay, and the third parameter, the third type of constructor is which is going to take a parameter file class object. Okay, so the object of file class. Okay, so which is going to have the file name as the which is going to open a file with the name mentioned using the class. So let us check it out. File new file, and now I'm going to mention here the file. Okay, so like that it is going to have, and this is also going to throw an exception called file not found exception. And the fourth parameter, the fourth type of parameter constructor is which is going to take a parameter file along with boolean value, which is going to make this as the appendable. Okay, and the fifth one is a file descriptor, which is going to have a file pointer here. Okay, so the file descriptor is nothing but it is going to open a file and it is going to pointing to the, it is just like a pointer which is going to point to the file and it is going to write into the things. Okay, so like that. And here I have one method called write integer. Okay, and one more method called write byte, and one more method called third method called write, which is going to take 3 parameters. One is byte array, the second one is an integer, and the third one is also an integer. But there is no other method called write with a string value parameter. So this byte array is the one and only method we have to write into the file using file output stream. Okay, and this integer and integer are nothing but from which character to which character you want to write onto the file. Okay, so let us check it out to this one. So write b comma 0 comma 13. Okay, so not 13, so 6. Let us check it out. Let us check it out. Execute it. Okay, so sorry, I have forgotten to mention the file here and this one here. So success. Now my file is going to have only 6 characters, which starts from 0 and ends with 6 minus 1. The destination, the value I have mentioned for the end, 6 minus 1 is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. It will be printed onto the written into the file. Okay, so like this I can have the length of the string which I have taken to write onto the file. Okay, so like this I can have the file output stream class. Perfect. Okay, right. Okay guys, so this is about the file output stream to write some data onto the file we have mentioned over there with 2 types of parameters. One is the file as the parameter, file object is the parameter, and the second one we have already seen that the string value, which is a name of the file. Okay, right guys, any doubts if you have? All right, next we are going to look at how to writing to a file the same way. Okay, but we are copying a file, we are making a copy of a file using copyfile.java program. Okay, so let us check it out. Okay, so which is going to this program. Okay, you need to have a two files. One file is already existed and the second file you want to create with the help of the file. Okay, so which is going to take 2 parameters also, 2 parameters from the command line argument. Okay, one is going to open in the input stream and one is going to be opened in with the help of output stream. Okay, so the file 1 is going to be opened the from where you want to create a copy. Okay, that is going to be opened with the help of a file input stream, and to where you want to write then that is going to be opened with the help of a output stream. Okay, if the file input stream dot read, I'm going to take it into an integer value. Okay, if I is not equal to -1, that means there is no it has to be repeated until and unless you have something in the file, and whenever there is something in the file, then you are writing that something onto the file, writing onto the other file which is opened with the file output stream. Okay, and this is going to be done forever. Okay, so until and unless there is data in my file. Okay, so next I'm going to close the file input stream and I'm going to close the output stream also, and here I'm going to have the IO exceptions. Okay, so this is what we are going to do with the copying of the file. Okay, so let us check it out. Okay, Java C copy file.java. Okay, so I think there is no error, there are no errors, so I'm going to use Java copy file. I'm going to write a copy file.java, the same file I wanted to make another copy, new copy file.java. Okay, so this is my existing file name. Okay, and this is my new file name. Okay, so when I have entered, okay, there is nothing which has shown. If there is any problem, it is going to show some exceptions, but I don't have any exceptions over here, so it has done perfectly. Now I am going to open, I'm going to check out whether my program has, my directory has copyfile.java. Yes, it has. Okay. And I'm going to check out whether my directory has new copyfile.java. Yes, it has. Now I have opened the new copyfile.java, which is a copy of my copyfile.java. Look, look, any differences over here? No differences, because I have created a new copy of my existing file. If I want to create a copy of my existing testout.txt. Okay, so I have already my testout.txt, which has only this one, this 6 characters, welcome. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, test out new dot txt. So enter. Right now I'm trying to open my file. Okay, test out, I have test out and test out new dot txt, which has also the 6 characters. So like this, in a single program I can have multiple streams to mention or to work with, because one is for input stream and one is for output. Or maybe I can have one more like this, file input stream fin1 is equal to null, right? Which is going to do one thing, which is going to do something like taking 2 files as the copying, and it is going to write into only a single file out. Okay, so now when I'm going to have like this, from 1, from 2, 2. Okay, so now next fin1 is equal to new file input stream of args1, okay, and args2, and I is equal to fin dot read. Okay, and I'm going to have int j. Okay, and I'm going to have j is equal to fin1 dot read. Okay, so or no problem. Okay, so f out dot write of j. I can write like this. Okay, so because I wanted to write from the 2 files, I wanted to read from the 2 files, and I wanted to write into a single file. Right. Okay, so which is going to have a 2 copies. Okay, now let us move for the execution part. Right, so there is no problem at all. Okay, new copy file.java. Okay, new copy file 1.java. Okay, so what I'm going to do, copy file and copy new copy file, and I'm taking from the 2 and I'm writing onto the single. Okay, so I have checking. Okay, sorry, because I have mentioned it is not equal to 2. I need to mention it as 3. Okay, now when I'm going to open new copy file 1.java, it is going to have 2, 2, 2, 2. Each character is going to have for double times. Let us look. C C O O P P Y Y A A F F I I. This is from copyfile.java, and this is from new copy file.java. So like this, I'm going to have the different ways of the things. Okay, so like this, I can write and I can read from the data at the same time. Okay, so this is about the file output stream. I'm going to close. I'm going to remove all these things. Okay. we are going to look at a new class called a random access file. Okay, so let us move on to the example. This is my file. Okay, this is my file. Till now, the file output stream is going to start from the starting point, and it is going to continue up to ending point. But what happens when I want to get the values? Okay, so look here. Here I have started. Okay, here I have started the comment, and here I have ended the comment. Okay, so here I have ended the comment. Okay, so but I don't want to have this one in my new file. I don't want to have this one in my new file. I wanted to start it from the import statement only. I don't want any comments into my new file. Okay, then I wanted to read the data from only from the import statement, not from the starting of the point. So in that situation, there is no chance of accessing the randomly accessing of the file using file output stream or file input stream. So for that purpose, we have a new class called RandomAccessFile, which have been introduced in Java 8. Okay, this class is used for reading and writing to random accessing of the file. A random access file behaves like a range of array, a large array of bytes, okay, which is going to have a cursor implied to the array called file pointer, and that file pointer can be moved to any place we want. Okay, we want to move forward, and we can do the read as well as write operations. If the end of the file is reached before the desired number of bytes has been read, then end of file exception is going to be thrown. This end of file exception is a type of IO exception only. Okay, so the constructors which are available for random access file are two. One is random access file with a file, okay, and which is a string, and that's it. Only the difference is we have a object for file and we have an object for string, and the next parameter is the same for the both constructors. That is the mode, in which mode you want to open the file. There is no two classes for reading and writing. Okay, just like a file input stream and a file output stream. To read in, we have file input stream class. To write out, we have file output stream over there. But here, to read and to write the files using random access file, we have only one class called random access file. Here we have introduced with a new technique called mentioning modes. The modes are read, write, and a. Read is nothing but reading, write is nothing but writing, and a, if there is, okay, then there is appending. Okay, the write mode is going to write at the end of the file. The append is also doing the same way. Okay, so the read mode is going to read the file, Okay, so just like append, just like reading, okay, writing, we have read mode and append mode also, right? So we are going to look at these modes, okay, and this random access file in clear, okay, right now. Okay, done. So let us move on to the next slide. The methods available to read with random access file are int read, which is going to read the byte values, okay, and int readInt, which is going to read the integer value, string read UTF, which is going to read the string value, okay, float read float, and read double, which has the which are the methods available for reading float and double variable values, okay, and we have a method. We have some methods called we have some methods to write data into the random access file. for different data types. Okay, so write int, write float, write double, write UTF. Along with this, write cast, write boolean, and so on, so on, so on. How many data types we have? That many methods we have with for the writing purpose and reading purpose. And there are three other methods we have with the random access file. One is the seek, and the second one is the length, and the third one is the close. The seek is going to take a parameter called position. Okay, seek is going to have a position parameter called position, which is going to set the cursor at the given position in file, and the length is going to return the length of the file, and the close is going to close the file connection we have opened with the any of the constructor of the random access file. Okay, so now we are going to look at a program. Okay, so the program here we have is random access file example.java. Right, so random access file example.java, which has a variable called fname, which is going to have a myfile.txt. Okay, and it has, let us check the content of myfile.txt. It has this class is used for reading and writing to random access file. Okay, so now I have one method I have declared, two methods I have declared. One is read from file, and another is write to file. Okay, the read from file is going to open a random access file with the name we have given fname, which we have forwarded from the main method. Okay, and that is going to seek the position with the help of the position we have given over there. Okay, and the next it is going to take the values, okay, bytes, okay, of the size, okay, and it is going to read from the file, and it is going to return the bytes to print over there. Okay, and one more method we have here, write to file, which is going to take three parameters. One is the file path, the second one is the data, and third one is the position. Okay, so this position is to seek the set the cursor at the position, and the data I wanted to write into the file, so I allow my country and my people. Okay, and the file path which is going to be a file name I have mentioned over there, myfile.txt, and the seek method is going to set the cursor at the given position, that is at the 31. Okay, and next it is going to write the data dot get bytes. Okay, so it is going to convert the string into bytes and writing into the file. Okay, and it is going to close the file. Okay, later it is going to print the again from the reading from the file with a name. Okay, the file name I have given over there, and it starts from the 0 and ends with the 100. So if there is any if the values behind 100, okay, behind the 100, then it is going to stop, returns end of file exception. Okay, so like this I'm going to have here. Okay, so when I'm going to execute this one, Java C, random access file.java, random access file example.java. Okay, so Java random access file example, and so first it has taken taken the value. This class is used only 18 characters from the 0th position. Okay, and later it has taken 0th position and till 100 characters, but it has only 31 characters or something. Okay, so it has taken like this. I'm going to, okay, so this class is used for reading. Okay, I allow my country and my people LE. This LE is file after file. Okay, so like this I'm going to have the things. So let us check it out. Package java.io.random access file. Okay, so the package has so many methods. Look here, two constructors. One is as we have already told, as we have already discussed, the string type. One more is file type. Okay, and the file descriptor get FD. Okay, and the channel file channel get channel. Okay, and read method, read bytes, read a byte, read fully byte with int comma int. Okay, and skip bytes, and write, get file pointer, seek, length, set length. Okay, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Right, when I have like this, so system dot out dot println. Okay, so file dot length method. Okay, let us check it out. Total 65 characters are there, and later also 65 characters are there. So this class is used for reading I love my country and my people LG. So like this, I'm going to have a random access file to read in and to write out randomly onto my file. Okay, no need to worry about the content of the file. It can be appendable directly. It can be appendable directly. Okay, the next concept is serialization and deserialization. Okay, let us move on to an example over here before discussing this one. Okay, so yeah, I am trying to write some random data into my file1.txt till now. Okay, I have used like file input stream, file output stream, and random access file example. All these methods are going to, all these classes are going to write some data, some random data into my file. But when I wanted to write the data of an employee class, which has name of the employee, which has ID of the employee, which has, okay, contact details, okay, which has salary details. Okay, so the data of employee class I wanted to write into my file. Okay, the file name is file1.txt. Okay, when I have used file output stream or file writer, then it is going to write each value as a separate item. Each value as a separate item. So when I want to, I have a ID of a user. Okay, ID of a employee. For example, 10067. Okay, this is my ID. Okay, let us assume my name is Ravi Chaitanya and my contact details are my contact details and my salary details will be available over there. Okay, so one of the our organization head or a CEO or someone has the only ID. Okay, and they want to know the name of the employee. Is this possible when I have used file output stream or file writer to write the data into my file1.txt? Is it possible? No, I can't, because they are going to have at separate places. Okay, and there is no chance of when I'm going to have, okay, my name is, if it is Ravi, okay, no problem, 10067, no problem, contact details, okay, so some x6666, no problem, and salary some x6666, no problem. But the name of the employee is Ravi Chaitanya. and the ID is 10067. Contact details xxx@gmail.com. Okay, and salary details, okay, which is a net salary, and one xxx is a gross salary. So now this thing happened over there. This is happened over there, and I wanted to find out, okay, how the data is going to be written into file using file output stream is Ravi Chaitanya followed by 10067 followed by xxx followed by xxx@gmail.com, okay, followed by xxx followed by xxx. Okay, so like this the data is going to be written into my file1.txt. Now I have 10067 here. Okay, I have 10067 here. Okay, I had a better understanding of my file is before any ID number. Okay, I have name. After that I am going to have the contact details, and after contact details it is going to have 10 digit of number. After that 6 digit or 5 digit of salary with float value. Let us assume that. Okay, let us assume that this is a string, this is an integer. Okay, this is one more string of only 10 values. Okay, and this is float or double. Let us assume that. Okay, so like this it is okay. Okay, string before 10067, if I have a string, okay, that means the name of the employee is Chaitanya. But is it Chaitanya? No, it is Ravi Chaitanya, because it has a space in between his name. That means it is going to think that Ravi and Chaitanya are two different strings. Okay, and later I have one string of 10, okay, the numbers, okay, followed by a string of 16, which is a Gmail ID, mail address, and I have a float value and a double value. Okay, so after 10067, it is a phone number, no problem, that is okay. And what about his mail ID? Is it okay to get that mail ID now? No, I can't. So in such situations, I need to send this data as a single entity, and that can be done with the help of a concept called serialization. Okay, concept called serialization. Okay, so the Java serialization, which is going to have a object employee object E1, and that object is going to be converted to bytes with the help of file output stream. Okay, with the help of file output stream, and that is going to be written into either file, okay, if it is a file output stream, and written into memory if it is some variable to be stored over there, or it is going to be written into database according to the stream I have mentioned over there, and that is going to be stored in my file as an entity, Okay, now if I wanted to read in, I can use a concept called deserialization. Which is going to read the bytes from the file which I have written earlier with the help of serialization concept, and that bytes are going to be converted to object again, and that object is going to be returned to the user, and with the help of object of employee class I can find out what is the name of the employee, what is the ID of the employee, what is the salary details of the employee, what are the contact details of the employee, easily with the help of the object. This is going to be called as the serialization and deserialization. Serialization and deserialization. Okay. All right. So this is a very important concept. This is a very important concept when you are going to develop the applications, develop the projects using Java's simple APIs without using any database, to be comes into the picture. There you wanted to store the data of the your users data into files, okay, and you can directly get drag those retrieve those data from the files and convert them to objects again with the help of deserialization concept, and that objects can be used to perform operations on the user data. So this is very important concept which is used to develop the applications using simple Java APIs. Okay, right? So we will move on to the next session, that how to access how to perform the serialization and deserialization in our Java. Okay, so the serialization is a mechanism of converting the state of an object into a byte stream. Okay, deserialization is the reverse process where the byte stream is used to recreate the actual Java object in memory. This mechanism uses to persist the object. The byte stream created is platform independent. Okay, so the object serialized on one platform can be deserialized on a different platform. Okay, so here not the object is platform independent, but the byte stream itself is a platform independent. Okay, to make a Java object serializable, we need to implement java.io.serializable interface. Okay, there is a interface called serializable. We need to implement that serializable interface to make our any class as a serializable class to be used for serialization purpose. And the object output stream class contains I write object method for serializing an object. Okay, and object input stream class contains read object method for deserializing any object. Okay, so the write object and read object methods are used to serialize and deserialize the methods. Okay, deserialize the objects. Okay, so here we have a serial demo.java file. Okay, in which we are going to have a class called student, okay, which has been implemented as a serializable object, okay, and which has two values. One is name and variables. One is name and one is age. And this is going to this is used to make our class as the serializable. Okay, and we have a constructor with two parameters, name and age, taken from the anywhere else. Okay, and we are going to write the data onto the file. Okay, so here I am going to create three objects over here, S1, S2, S3, and the three objects are, which is going to contain a Chaitu user data and Ravi user data and Raju user data. Okay, and file output stream is used to create a file called myfile.dat, and which is going to be opened with the object called fout. And the object output stream is a class for serialization purpose. Okay, serialization purpose, which is going to have a method called write object method, and this object output stream is going to take a parameter of the file output stream object or any other string. Okay, so out.write object of S1, I am writing the details of Chaitu onto the object output stream. Okay, and I'm writing the details of Ravi onto object output stream, and I'm writing the details of Raju onto the output object output stream. Okay, which is going to write these objects into my file called myfile.dat, and later I'm going to close out.close fout.close, and I'm going to write a message to the user object has been serialized successfully. And later I'm going to take one more parameter for the purpose of deserialization, only one object. Okay, so for the student class, okay, that is S, and I'm going to open file input stream for reading the data from my file.dat, and I'm going to hand it over to my object input stream. Okay, and I'm going to have objects has been deserialized, and I'm going to type the values in the form of a table. So boolean flag is equal to true. If there is an error, okay, then I'm going to make it as false. Okay, s is equal to I want to convert this to student object, so in dot read object. So I'm going to read the first object s1 and converted it to student. Okay, if s dot not equals null, okay, then system dot out dot println s dot name plus s dot age. Okay, s dot name and s dot age, because it belongs to the student object, so I can directly call name and age from here itself, and I'm printing them over there with the help of a /t/t. Okay, let us check it out. Okay, so now so it is available in 040220. Okay, Java C serial demo.java. Okay, right, so I'm going to open this one, Java serial demo. Right, so object has been serialized, object has been deserialized over here. So the name, age, Chaitu 30, Ravi 31, Raju 36, and so on. So like this, I can use my serialization and deserialization to mention the values. If I want the details of students who has only the age of 30, then I can directly mention that here. If s dot equal to null, okay, then I'm going to have, okay, and then I'm going to have here if s dot age equal to 30, then only I want to display the values over there. Okay, now let us check it out. Only the details of the user who has age 30, not other. Okay, so like this I can have, because I have a s dot name and s dot age. So s dot age is equal to 30. I have checked it out. So if the age of the user is student is 30, then only it has to display the name and age. Otherwise, it has to do nothing. Okay, it has to do nothing. So like this, I can have the serialization and deserialization for the sake of for the sake of storing the data of my users when I'm going to develop the real-time applications using Java. Okay, so this is about the classes like RandomAccessFile and FileInputStream, and now object output stream and object input stream to perform the serialization and deserialization. Okay, thank you very much, guys.